Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league settings and choose what role you want to. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He comes in 5th in passing touchdowns so far. It's the Chiefs and the Chargers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears.
Not a lot of undefeated clubs left after 3 weeks, and we're going to have one fewer in a little bit. We're off in a battle of 3-0 teams. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the 5th-year pro who can really fill up a stat sheet, Justin Herbert.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's the way. That's exactly the way you show a crowd you've got no issues playing on the road. One snap in, you're celebrating a sack while the tens of thousands in the building, well, they watch their guy pick himself up off the turf.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Herbert from the gun. He's on the move. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. Fields this clean at the 30. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here are the Chiefs out on offense for their first drive. Leading them out fresh off a 3rd Super Bowl title. The standard for quarterback excellence today, Patrick Mahomes.
And there's certainly still people talking about the game. The buzz is real. He posted unbelievable numbers last week. Even his passing numbers continue to rise league-wide. He reached heights rarely flown to in league history. It took volume, sure, to get him there, but also an eagle eye to see everything out there perfectly. He and the rest of us, we can only hope that he comes close to seeing that kind of production today.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They bring their tight end left. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
The drive picks up here, first and 10. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He's on the move. And they take this in for the score. The Chiefs have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
This return makes it up to the 25. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. First and 10, Herbert. Finding Hurst. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, first and 10. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Searches from the pocket. He's got it deep downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. On first and 10, here's Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Another throw for Mahomes. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play. From the red zone now. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 13-0 lead. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Completed to Hurst. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now. Herbert now. Hurst there to grab it. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Herbert with a blitz coming. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 2nd and 3 now. It's Herbert once more. Catch made by Chuck. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Now Herbert again. Throwing deep for the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's 2nd down. Herbert throwing again. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down from the red zone. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a give inside to Edwards. And he drives this forward to the 6. A pickup of 4. That brings up 3rd and goal. Herbert from the gun. Catch is made in close.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. A give to Pacheco to start the drive. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
A counter give here to Pacheco. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The rookie from Michigan there that time.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Hits him on the out route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's 1st and goal. Pacheco. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a yard on the pickup. Now it's 2nd and goal. And they send a man in motion. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs threatening to run away with it already. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A quick 2nd score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
Yeah, I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
Reed now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Running behind center with Edwards. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he drives it up past the 45. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 48. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They're looking at third and very long. He puts some air under this one, deep right. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers make it an 11-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. McCole Hardman now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chiefs and Rashee Rice readying for a new series on offense. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They go play action. It's Mahomes. He throws a bullet. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They get 35 out of that one. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing is Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
He gets 6 on that play, and the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a...
And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown! The Chiefs stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs push their lead to 18. Reed now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Handoff headed right, it's Edwards. Kicks this one outside. A gain of 27 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that. Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
2nd and 10 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it brings up an LA first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll go from the gun with Edwards. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Sticking with Edwards here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. They've got a man in motion. Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
He's on the move, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Chargers fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They can revisit that play in the future.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Chargers take possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Edwards on the shotgun handoff. And he'll get it up to the 27. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing fourth down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Has his man, it's Pacheco. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 4. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. New set of downs for him at the 38. Mahomes on first and 10. Completed over the middle. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. Second and 6 coming up here. Again, Mahomes to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing again, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that extends their lead to 14.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Fires right away, but incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it's going to be second down. Back to the air, Herbert. He's in trouble, and the Chiefs bring him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on third. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Chiefs are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Motioning the tight end now. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He completes it in traffic. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Pacheco hauls it in. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Here's Mahomes. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Another throw for Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Back to the air, Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And it's scooped up by the Chargers. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. The throw is caught. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Pacheco. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They'll try to run with Pacheco. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw Mahomes. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get more points to end a lopsided first half. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. But Kerr to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21. Reed now to kick this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. This return makes it up to the 25. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a second straight doubleheader. Titans-Dolphins at 7:30, followed by the Seahawks and Lions at 8:15. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. From the 36. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he's finally stopped across midfield at the 47. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Stays upright. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Throwing is Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grow the lead coming out of halftime. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs grow their lead yet again. Reed now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Catch is made down the right sideline. Now, hang on. Looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Throwing on first is Herbert. He's going to keep it this time. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He sends this one to the end zone. And he has the touchdown through what looks like some defensive pass interference. So I think, Brock, thinking this catch should stand. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
They go play action. It's Mahomes. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Looking to throw Mahomes. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Again, Mahomes to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Pass didn't work on second. Let's see how that affects this third down. Here's a toss to Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You felt it the second this play bounced toward the outside, this defense responded. They pounced. That was their chance to get to him before he could get the couple inches he needed for a first down.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll go. It's Mahomes. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First down, ball at the 36. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Room to the right. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs piling onto the scoreboard yet again. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs continue piling on to this lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Osborne hauls it in. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Something he does so well, Nick Bolton making the stop. All right, here we go, 2nd down. On the give, this is Edwards. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Herbert now off the play fake. Finding Hurst. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Herbert from the gun. Ball finds his running back, Gus Edwards.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke.
Touchdown, Los Angeles! Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Finds his man Rice. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Mahomes on 1st and 10. He'll get this one to Brown. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
From the red zone now. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs trying to end this before the final quarter. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs continue adding on to that lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. Good little rip there, looks like about 6. Something he does so well, Nick Bolton making the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's a give inside to Edwards. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. On the ground, it's Edwards again. And he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Wiley hauls it in. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tuli Tuipulotu in for the tackle.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Here's 2nd and 5. Pass complete to Wiley. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that first down marker. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. The Chargers have it to start the 4th in a game that seems pretty far out of reach. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Herbert back to throw. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. I'm going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Right back to Pacheco. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down from the red zone. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. They bring a tight end in motion right. To the air, Mahomes. Has it in close. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. From Sid Luckman in 1943 to Drew Brees in 2015. We've had 8 quarterbacks throw 7 touchdowns in one game. And now we have a 9th who's accomplished that feat as his dominance over this defense continues. Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs tack on 7 more to their lead. Reed now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun snap to Herbert. This finds Chark complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. As the open man downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Moving on into the red zone. And he's taken down just in time at the 2. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll try the right side with Edwards. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
Escapes the sack. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is picked up by the Chiefs. He's at midfield. 30. He's at the 10. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Chiefs throwing 6 more on the blowout. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down. Running behind center with Edwards. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Throwing now, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Herbert now. Osborne hauls it in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. 16 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Completed to Hurst. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Herbert throwing again. It is caught left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Hurst there to grab it. And this one doesn't go far.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up jiggling?
No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. It's Pacheco again. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Looks like we have somebody worse for wear after the play, and that's Isaiah Pacheco, who's in some pain. They're looking at him now. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying down the middle with Edwards-Helaire. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. We'll get an injury stoppage. That's one of the Chargers who's pretty shaken up and being tended to. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. Austin McNamara will kick this away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're coming off a 4th down try that didn't work in their favor. Let's see how that might affect the approach they take this time out.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
2nd and 10 now. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And that pass complete to Osborne. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Herbert to throw once more. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now Herbert again. Finding Hurst. And they get this down to the 28. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA first down. Here's Edwards. And he'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Herbert from the gun. The throw is caught. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Chargers making the scoreboard look a touch better. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done like... So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again. Unlike these officials, who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
No change to the call on the field, so that play is going to remain a touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers take 7 points off the deficit. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Edwards-Helaire. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Staying grounded with Edwards-Helaire. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chiefs close to beginning the year 4-0. First down, and they go right back to him. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's another carry for Edwards-Helaire. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Now a give to Edwards-Helaire coming left. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2 yards on that run. That's going to bring up 4th and 6. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. So score this a win for the Chiefs. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0 on the year. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.